Remember when Sega would make good games? Yeah, me neither. And seeing another blue hedgehog autist in my feed, it got me thinking about when Sega had the reins of one of the two greatest franchises ever. Then I remembered their indie game, Alien vs. Predator. You probably never heard about it. No, not the third one in the series, not the 7th, but the 11th, aptly titled Alien vs. Predator. Wow, I'm glad Monolith got at least 2 in one of those titles, or we might get a little confused. Coming back after making the very first in the series, Sega had decided to call Rebellion Studios for the next generation of consoles. Who is Rebellion? If you watched the Atomfall video, you know I'd prefer Rebellion sit at the back of the bus. All my homies hate Rebellion. Taking the wheel, Rebellion was to come back to the series in 2010 to hit up the next installment. I find it so charming to go back and look at promotional magazines for some of the old games. I get such a memory flashback of standing in the grocery store aisle while my mom was paying to look at these. We never had enough money to buy them, but scanning over the covers, reading BioShock 2 details inside, the Halo you'll never play, Bungie reveals Halo 3's deleted chapter, and more.
Good times, good times.
And what did people think of this game when it came out? Everyone, especially Xbox crayon eaters, really didn't like it. Some reviews were hardcore. I missed that era. So with another flop of an Alien game here in 2025, along with an incredibly mid Predator movie, where his alien balls have been neutered, let's look back at the AVP game that maybe got a bad rap and deserved a little bit more love. In the big 2025, how is this game? First surprise, the game just runs. No compatibility fixes, no weird file swaps, no launcher nonsense. Click play on Steam and you're in. That alone is rare these days. So many of these old games I play for the channel, I spend hours getting them to work. If you never played an AVP game, you usually have 3 campaigns: Marine, Alien, Predator, each with vastly different playstyles, but regularly reuse some of the missions just with a few switch-ups. The stories overlap and a conclusion is usually drawn across the board. That's at best. At worst, we'll get into the endings here, and the Predator campaign is a complete disaster with its design philosophy. Starting off, I recommend going against the menu's lineup of who to play. It's just blatantly wrong. In fact, the end of missions even disagrees with the menu. Best for your enjoyment is Marine, Alien, and Predator. Alien and Marine can be interchanged, but I think it's better to start off with something with a good impression. Going in a different lineup will adversely ruin your experience, and the story is a little confusing.
Got something! Movement right on top of us! Contact!
Marine kicks us off with a somewhat standard FPS experience of a ship crash, then you wake up on a planet colony. Most of your team is dead. You're here to answer the distress signal of the colony, and you're the rookie left to walk among the wreckage. Now, you're free to hate on my aim in the comments, but I recommend playing this at a very low brightness. It really brings out the beauty of the lighting. I'm brightening it up for you to see though. And the darkness is a huge highlight of fighting the aliens in this game. They blend incredibly well into the environment. The motion tracker is a useful tool and not just movie flavor. You need it. The graphics really hold up too, as long as I don't look at the humans too closely. The opening is a slow burn. I don't get anything other than a pistol for a good 20 minutes, and it's hardly a Xeno killer when you do. Popping a few on my own, I can appreciate the dismemberment. They're quite breakable in a satisfying crunch way, like stepping on a cockroach. It's a little spooky around here in the colony, though it's a one-time experience since every scare and spawn is scripted, which is kind of a shame. I work through the abandoned colony and meet up with Tequila, your standard girl boss. Yeah, this game was kind of ahead of its time with that, but thankfully she's not constant and she's not annoying. Compare that with the way these modern NPCs yearn for the spotlight, usually by writers who want their lame Reddit OC to be the forefront of self-inserts. Regardless, it's not too bad. While we're reconvening in the control room, over in the colony bar, another group of Marines is under attack. With a pulse rifle in hand, I go over for... Whoa, okay. 10 out of 10, best AVP game. No wonder the aliens set up a base here. Now, it's a classic hold off till the elevator opens, but the flair of the environment is at its high. They throw Xenos at you, and the bar's power suddenly comes back on with the flashing lights bouncing off the walls and the hard shadows. I mean, look at this. Few games actually have true darkness. It's an effect from Unreal Engine, where darkness is more of a gray tint than a true inky black. This area is awesome, and I remember it all these years later, and just short enough to not get annoying. It's the essence of this game, I'd say, is style over substance. Is the game deep? Hell no. Is there a lot of replay value? Not even a little bit. But is it fun? Is it cool? Oh yeah. After the bar, I get saved by another Marine outpost. It's pretty standard with turrets holding off hallways. My team gets slowly picked off by aliens finding different vents in. Honestly, who is the HVAC guy here? Why does every single room have 100 different ways in? What an unstructurally sound place. I eventually get captured and pulled down into the vents. It's a quick little segment as I wake up just in time to drop the Xeno pulling me. I head outside and man, again, what a cool visual. Classic skyboxes are such a lost art. I instantly replace the pulse rifle with a shotgun and never pick it up unless I'm forced to. Sadly, in a game all about aliens, the iconic gun is practically a hose. It's so weak it takes half a mag per alien. The shotgun, though, is a mainstay. Punchy, right-click for double shot, very Half-Life, and something super odd is how gigantic and aggressive your weapon select is. It gets in the way and is objectively ugly. I mean, why does it need to take up the whole screen like that? My guess is it stems from the console version where it matches your D-pad placement. Who knows why it's this huge? It's really a confusing design choice. I get ambushed with just pistol ammo, and the moment you see an alien do this move, yeah, the inverted smooth criminal, might as well just restart the checkpoint and save yourself some time. The second you get hit by that, you're either dead outright or swarmed up to your shoulders. This is the shotgun's wheelhouse, but you get very little ammo for it, so just stay as far away from that move as possible. Now, a little of the story to catch you up. I come across a video which played in the intro of Weyland-Yutani himself on the planet who opened an ancient pyramid. Shortly after that, your team was called in to handle the alien infestation in the colony, not knowing the bigger corporate experimentation going on. Relatively standard alien story, right? The Marines really do get the short end of the stick, ending up in a three-way war that really should have just been stayed out of. Let me tell you, you are super not playing this game for the story. They have audio logs that you can play while playing, but it ruins the vibe. You'll have talking over jump scares. I eventually find the Major and the alien hive inside this giant refinery. I mercy kill him, and that of course calls out another swarm. But I snag the flamethrower. You'd think this is a staple of the series or something. It sucks royally. The burning takes forever, and sometimes they'll spaz up onto you from the floor and grab you. Now you're burning, she's burning, we're both burning, and I'm dead. It has a right click I tried that sprays a trail of fuel, which you could think adds some strategy to the game. It's also a waste of time. The next weapon we get after this will easily take the slot and pay rent in your roster. But that's not yet, because down here, I fight the Queen. It's a very quick and simple fight that honestly is kind of embarrassing. And this is within the first hour, by the way. So the big bad for the Marines is basically dead that fast. The thing with the switch to the PS3 and Xbox 360 generations, they moved into the age of HD textures, eating a huge amount of the performance budget. So in a lot of games, the enemy count is usually 3 to 5 enemies on screen at a time. So down here in the Queen's Hive, the fight is a joke since a whopping 3 to 5 aliens are trying to protect her. It's not convincing. I want a hive to descend down upon me, a swarm. And all you have to do is shoot the big giant explosive marked barrels beside her head and then hit the switch. Really? That's it? Just remember that for later when we play the alien. After blowing the refinery, we see a not so subtle hint of the Predator. By the way, check out this quick flick I hit with the best gun in the game. My beloved M42C scoped rifle. quick, clean, and immensely satisfying. You'll never drop it. In this jungle section, look how beautiful the colors are. We've lost so much color in the modern gaming era. I come up to this door and genuinely get jump scared by reanimated synthetic. A nice change to the combat here are these androids. They say they take more limb damage, so shoot their arms and legs, but just shotgun. Shotgun is the answer for everything. Something odd here I noticed is how the music is designed. Now this game, especially the alien and human campaigns, have one awesome track that's heavily atmospheric and unique, but they have a stock jump scare sound baked into the music. What? Why? You have something really getting me into the moment and the environment, and they throw a stock jump scare sound? And the most stock of stock jump scare sounds? Up ahead, we finally get our predator fight of the game. Mind you, I'm only on hard difficulty. Yep, and it's over in 2 minutes. At least I get to play it instead of hitting E like with the Queen. To save Tequila, who got impregnated with an alien chest burster, I move into Wayland's facility to get a scientist to remove it and find our way out. I really don't know why she got here. I don't know how. The story is just so all over the place. We get more androids, aliens again, infighting, which is pretty cool. Sorry, what? I can't hear anything.
Projecting and meeting deadlines.
Why is the speaker so
Keep your eye on
loud?
goals, key
Stop
factor
looping.
profitability. Planning, projecting, and meeting deadlines. Efficiency. Keep your eye on goals.
Saying. Since Tequila doesn't have much time, we put her into a sleep stasis pod as I go and stop Wayland so we could get off the planet. I get confronted with a Charger Xeno, and look how fast I die. He's as fast as my run, so what time do I have to reload? None. One hit and you're dead, because the game is obsessed with animations. You'll see what ruins the Predator is animation-based gameplay. This is a game that is built around a set of animations that play while you just watch the cool stuff happening. You don't really play the other species, you kind of watch, and we'll get into that. I finally kill the Charger and do the final fight in the pyramid. I forget to mention the smart gun. It's okay, it locks on as you can imagine, but the range is kind of embarrassing and the spread is even worse. Also does nothing to two Chargers that screw me over down here. And here we have it, Wayland himself. And who would have guessed he's a synthetic? What was this boss fight? This is the end of the game? These animations are horrible. And why did the music cut out like that? And wait, I'm black? This whole time? You mean I could have been saying that? For no reason, this ancient structure is losing integrity out of nowhere, and we make our escape. Now that we're all in sleep pods, it turns out that we've been captured by Wayland, the real one this time. And they reveal that they found the alien homeworld. That was the whole point, that's what the pyramid knew, that's what he got from it, and yeah, it ends like that. No joke. Did that feel like Whiplash? Because it's that extreme. You just sit there having a pretty good time just to be booted back to the menu. It's just so unsatisfying. Also, as an intermission, since this is a longer video than I usually do, look at my Skitarii I painted all by myself. Pretty cool, I know.
No, Dr. Rose. I want it alive. I like this one.
We start off as 6, an alien bored inside Wayland's facility and trained to be a killer for his company. But what anyone with a brain would realize is that loyalty to the Queen is born in. After getting a standard tutorial, the pyramid below the facility activates and kills the power. Big Mama tells us to free all our kids and rip the place apart. It's a pretty fun section, just going wild, causing mayhem. In the story, this is the earliest moment, but quickly skips far ahead, again with extremely jarring cuts. The gameplay is a tailspin from the Marine. You're basically made of glass and do no damage. You can move omnidirectionally, up, over, and under everything, though the shadows are your ally. The best way to play this is being a stalker, and to lead Marines off from each other. Play like you're the Xeno from the first movie. And for the love of God, don't play it on hard like I did. If you have motion sickness too, this is a nightmare. Thankfully I don't, but when it starts bugging out, you'll beg to find the nearest 4-way intersection to run into. In defense of our new hive, our lovely Lady Six is tasked with wiping out the Marine presence. The main downfall of this campaign is a few factors holding it back, mainly 2. First off, both campaigns, Marine and Predator, the enemies are fun to fight, erratic, smart. It's a challenge more than just pure health boost to make it harder. With the Alien though, you're stuck fighting the most basic brain-dead humans ever. On top of that, they act so unnaturally sometimes, you get screwed when they turn around at the turn of a second. The second factor is that with the other campaigns, you slowly build up new weapons or skill that add spice to the repetitive combat. You can have a lot of similar encounters if you have tons of viable tools to make it fun, or enemies that are interesting to fight and have variety. Yes, I'll reference Resi 4 again, but the sandbox is vast for having relatively similar enemies thrown at you throughout. But the Alien campaign, you start with the same tools as you do at the end. Those tools being stealth kill, weak slap, weak stab. That's legit it. Every other encounter has about 1 to 2 answers. It's horrible, and oh god. Don't relax just yet, Marines.
Don't relax just yet, Marines. Don't relax just yet.
Don't relax just yet.
Don't relax just yet, Marines.
One factor you have to work around that's a neat touch is that sometimes you think you could just abuse the civilians to get a face hugger on them, but when some spot you, they'll run for a gun. And they'll... thank you two for making me sound like a pussy. They unallied themselves in Minecraft. But it's a cool switch up. As I go into the jungle, one of the face huggers takes out a Marine for me. And it made me think, like, okay, it's all about the hive, but I feel like the only alien out here. It's very abandoned. Playing the Marine, you'd think there's Xenos every step you take. Why can't the alien have an ability to call him backup? The AI is clearly there for it. That'd be pretty cool. I'm the head of the pack. There's tons of points where I think this was planned, where 2 people face each other. You can make a noise to call them over, but it would have been really cool if they added real strategy where I could call in somebody to take out the guy at the same time. And the jungle is just broken. I don't even know what's going on with the AI here. Stealth is dead. You'll get spotted in the dark 100 feet away. Look how fast they're running. How do I sneak up on that?
Stay at your posts. Productivity.
Not falling for that again.
Come on, work this time. You picked the wrong host.
I know this sounds kinda like we're skipping, but genuinely the Alien campaign is all over the place. Here closer to the temple I get to fight some synthetics. They're tough, needing 1 or 2 grabs to kill. But what has me reset the most is how endlessly long the kill animations are. And that goes for the Predator too. The facehugger one takes forever, and they're all not the same length, I don't think. It's about a 2-hour campaign, but I'm so sick of them. You don't feel powerful when it's a press E to attack. Please just let me actually play the game. It's like if you wake up in the morning for work. You go to your mirror, press E to brush your teeth and wait out the animation. Go to your car, press E to pick up the keys, then press E to get in your car. And you don't drive, you watch an animation play of driving to your destination. See what I mean? Here towards the end, we get a big Predator fight. 3 in fact. And you could just stun lock with tail stabs. You kidding me? You do get some of your brethren to fight with you here again. It's so much more fun to fight in groups like this. You feel like the hive works together. I wipe out the first 2 Youngbloods and the elite Predator comes out. Is he any stronger? No. There's no satisfying conclusion. It kinda laughs in your face by snapping back to the menu like that. It feels rushed, it feels unfinished, and with the magnitude of the ending with the Predator, it hardly compares. And well, without delaying anymore, let's talk about the Yautja.
Female Yautja hunters have been shown to possess remarkable and distinctive breasts when they are nursing.
To prove themselves to the Mommy-Dom population back on their homeworld, some went out to try and kill some big game. This is where we come in. The young blood ready to show his game. Me and the boys pull up to the planet where we see some of the other young bloods had died, and it did not set their technology to explode. If you don't know, it's code not to let Yautja tech fall into human hands. Or alien hands as well in this case. We blow up the human ship that came to the colony's distress call, hence starting the Marine campaign in our wake. The presentation is great. Off the bat you get way more tools than the alien. Heat vision, cloak, and the plasma caster. Again, don't play this game on hard, you'll have a bad time. The power fantasy is ruined by this. And with animation heavy combat, everything locks you into a little scene where all the other aliens can rip you apart while you gingerly go about your animation. Best thing to do is just left click, right click. Don't do takedowns, don't press E. Never even on humans. It's useless and you'll get seen anyway. The absolute worst is the jump animation that is kind of sickening, even for me. You'll whip your head way between your legs then back up into the sky every time. I know you're trying to immerse me, make me feel like I'm behind the mask, but man dude, I need to see the game too. I don't think my immersion would get ruined that bad by having a smooth jump. You'll ruin it anyway by pressing E for everything. After the short forest section, we get a peek at our big bad. The Pred Alien, from the end of the Alien campaign. For some reason, this game likes to put you and humans, your biggest threat, in the closest spaces ever. I can call and distract them, but they can hear you when you stealth kill. Yet another reason not to. Right here, I come down this little elevator and I'm hit with 3 Marines all looking at each other. What do you expect me to do? And don't underestimate their field of view, you can nearly be behind them and they'll still see you. It's like the enemy placement is meant to screw you over. Some of the best moments are the infighting to see humans and aliens at it while you stand in the cloaked corner waiting to see who wins. Oh, and aliens always know where you are, by the way. No stealth for them. We descend into the refinery and then down into the hive where we get a new weapon. A really fun one. The Smart Disc. It's going to be your friend till the staff since it uses no energy. Let me say that again, uses no energy. Energy is kind of a balancing way to make sure you're not abusing the game. As the refinery is beginning to fall apart from the Queen's death, I go down here to escape and one of my brothers up on the ship says, "The structure is crumbling, but the flames block your path. Stay on your guard until the flames subside." Okay, basic lazy zero effort way to add more time. I'll wait for the door mission. Except, the objective is different. You need to smash pipes. Wait, what? What is it? Smash the pipes or wait for the flames to die? But here, my mistake is I don't see the objective. Why would I think the game is going to lie to me through the dialogue? Then the objective went away so I didn't get a chance to read it. I fight endless aliens for roughly 10 minutes. No joke, get a look at this. You could call me dumb, but I was just waiting for the flames to subside, like it told me to. And I kept thinking, don't reset the checkpoint, it's just 1 or 2 more waves. It's definitely just padding. Eventually, I finally convinced myself that something is wrong, I reset and, well, there it is. You break the pipe. But mind you, only after I broke the pipe did the other predators give me a reminder to tell me to find a way to douse the flames. Alright, whatever. Goodbye my time. I could take that on the chest. Maybe that's my mistake. It's still a little weird. We head down into the old Yautja temple, symbolizing their success over the serpents. In here we get a mask that now allows us to see the aliens in the dark. A very, very useful tool. But see what I mean? The game keeps on giving you things. New weapons for the Marine, new tools for the Predator, and the alien gets vibes, I guess. There are even more tools in the old games for the alien. Here in the third reuse of the boss arena, we fight a charger. Yeah, actually it's a Praetorian, I finally realized that. And what the hell, that was one plasma caster shot on this guy? And the Praetorian can spit. Why couldn't 6 spit? Another seemingly easy implementation left out that would have added more gameplay variety. And just like with the Predator, the fight is over. How embarrassing again. And we get the instant win weapon, the staff. Endlessly reusable, no energy, you don't even need to retrieve it. The game is basically over. I am not kidding, I'm not exaggerating, it is over. Every enemy, except for anything above the standard, one-shots. Even here with the beefed up synthetics and Wayland's place, you could just throw this thing at wherever you want. Do I get a hot Yautja wife now? With fear and strategy removed by one funny pokey stick, it's just a Javelin Olympics till you hit credits. Wayland tries to capture me, but silly him, the richest and smartest man in the universe, put the release on the doors inside the chamber. Come on. Even after the Marine should have been here, it's even the same room, and Wayland should be dead already. We set the place to explode. Wait, hold on. We set the place to explode. Okay, so it was structurally failing for the Marine, but that happened while he was in this room? But then the Predator is here at the same time, but setting it to blow? Did they walk past each other? Here I get jumped by the Predalien and we have to fight among the magma. Okay, so the Marine ending is this.
Aim for the head.
The alien ending is this. And now the Predator, which was supposed to be the second campaign, gets the epic finale. And the Predalien is broken, or they forgot to do it. It's hard to tell. But there are no animations above the waist. 0. Like they forgot to animate the boss. He runs like he's got a straitjacket on. Did the devs run out of time? And genuinely asking, if you know more about this game, I can't find much about it. Look what happens when he grabs me. It's so weird, it's cheap. I managed to kill it and send it ragdolling back into the flames. Next shot, it's T-posed on the ground, and then it hard cuts again. And just like the Marine ending, we get to see the alien homeworld. And off we go for the sequel. Oh right, there's no sequel. That's really it. If this feels abrupt, it is. That's how this game likes to roll. I'm not kidding, I can barely find anything on this game. No development stuff. I mean, even Wikipedia, that's basically the place that vomits up information, true or not, has just this to say about the development. One little paragraph. And maybe that's kind of poetic in a way, because that's the feeling you get playing this game. Past the initial great missions for each race, an impending, unfinished sensation builds in you that the team ran out of time or money as we cross the halfway point. I can't even imagine the amount of cut content must be floating around in the lost time void. I wish I was around when the multiplayer was at its peak. I heard it was amazing. There's still some videos looking at it. And it's still alive, sort of. But when I joined matches, I got so paranoid about getting a virus, like how old COD games are. I don't know. Nobody was moving. It was creepy. I don't know how to describe it, but playing old dead game lobbies gives me like the heebie-jeebies, man. Like it's haunted or something. It was so strange. The maps were cool, but I gotta get out of there, man. I feel weird. It feels weird. I'm not joking. But this is a strange case of a game. A game that from its conception had a very divisive reception from critics and gamers alike. But it actually sold really well, topping Steam charts and UK charts. There was clearly talk of a sequel and oh god, not him.
Thought I told you to stay away from me and my family, Randy. I don't want to play Colonial Marines.
If you guys want a video on Colonial Marines, let me know in the comments. Even with its big flaws, bad endings, uninspired combat, and a completely neutered alien campaign, I like this game. It's a little bit of nostalgia, I know, but honestly, it might seem gimmicky, but playing as something non-human with such radically different playstyles than what's available today on the market, it felt kinda awesome. A lot of games run the same kind of genre, or play the same way. Every shooter feels roughly like every other shooter, even if it has some dramatic differences. Titanfall 2, for example, still feels like every other shooter, but the movement is clean, right? It's fun. It's still an FPS game. No, AVP 2010 is not as polished as Rebellion's first foray into the series. Does this game deserve its hate? Yeah, I would say yeah, sort of. When it compares back to the last two, especially Rebellion's own game, it doesn't add up. I think what it does good is buried beneath bad, and it takes some hard digging to get there. It usually sells for mega cheap on a Steam sale, so you are getting what you're worth. So I recommend giving it a try yourself. Let me know what you think of it. It's definitely fun for what you get. No, it's not better than 2. 2 is better. It's Monolith. What do you expect? But Aliens vs. Predator 2010 was fun for a weekend in the big 2025, surrounded by games that all play the same, look the same, and feel the same. It was novel playing something unique, and I hope you enjoyed the experience too. A game that longed for the limelight like its predecessors, but honestly fell beneath the shadow of its betters. Still, even as a shadow, it still has its teeth.